says it's start. Okay, I guess it's going. It's live now. I can take her good. Okay. Thank you. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
So what they're doing, everything that's supposed to happen is not happening. So and just want to ask, anyone care to guess why so many hearings? There's no right or wrong. We're just kind of giving your thoughts on why so many hearings.
They were trying, thinking they could find something to justify.
That's exactly it. Also, to add on to that is they wanted to do all this at the time. You know, these were hearings that I just went on. There's a couple of hearings. They were trying to find something in private to now bring it out to the public. Like, here's what's going on. So only one or two. No, and we'll get to that because that's in the lesson. You know, we'll get to it. Actually get to it. But you'll see what's going to happen in the lesson. So, and remember, these people, they were careful to arrest God, or arrest Jesus during Passover, because they were so small, and they thought they had a right. Same thing here. When they arrested him because just were only a couple of people there. They didn't do it, and they did it at night. When Jesus, there weren't a lot of people. So he said, right, because they were afraid. And you know, Matthew chapter 26, verse 5, it says the people didn't want to capture Christians during Passover because they thought there would be a riot. So that's actually gospel. That's not Jesus speaking. Now, modern day law enforcement, after a person is arrested, they have a preliminary hearing. Well, actually, before that, they have a arraignment. There's an arraignment where you go before the judge reads the charges against you, or the DA reads the charges against you, and you are to enter a plea. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest. So that's the first step. Step number 2, you have a preliminary hearing. There's a preliminary hearing, and you usually supposed to have that fairly quick. But the prelims they usually put off so that your defense attorney can kind of put together something right with your time. Exactly. And I was going to get to that with the trial. But yes. So you have this preliminary hearing, and that's in the prelim. What they do is the prosecution will bring up bring witnesses to testify to the judge to say, here's what's going on, to see if there's enough evidence to carry it on to trial. Your defense attorney is to argue they didn't put enough on. I'm asking that we drop the case. Or whatever happened. Judge will say, no, I think there's enough evidence to bound it up for trial. Then there's a pre-trial setting after that. Pre-trial setting is the defendant is never part of it. It's just the lawyer can get that saying, I'm free this day, I'm free this day, I'm free this week, or I have another trial, we can't do it this time. And then they usually check with the defendant to find out how they will waive time. It's like we said, they will waive time. Because you have a right to speak trial. Yeah, it is a waste of time. So now we go to verse 58. Verse 58 says, meanwhile, Peter followed him at a distance and came to the high priest's court. He went in and sat with the guards and waited to see how it would all end. Now, in the book of John, the parallel reading in John 18:15, it says, Peter and another disciple followed. So Peter followed from his another disciple followed. The other books don't capture that. The other books don't say that another disciple followed too. And actually, Peter, according to John actually gives a little more depth that other disciple was actually allowed to go further than Peter was. I'm sorry, Peter got in. Remember, Peter had to stop at the court. But in John, it actually tells you that other one, that other disciple got in even further because of his relationship with someone there. And I can't remember if it was the high priest or not, but he was able to get a little further. Now, just from my deduction, I actually think that was John. I think John was talking about himself, and I'll tell you why I think so. And no, none of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, none of them actually say who that was. But the reason I think it was John, because Matthew never mentions the tabernacle, and neither does Mark, and Luke was around during this time. So, and John was the only person who knew all these things. That's why I think it was John. In addition to John, if you remember last week's lesson, John actually identified the disciples that were talking here. None of the other Gospels, even though they mentioned that a person's ear was cut off, no one ever said who it was. John has actually identified them. So that's the reason I think it's John.
To what you're saying, I think so too, because the reason why you got also that was part of the it was Peter, James, and John, the Genesis. And then even when you brought all of the disciples back when you pray, he had them have that certain point that they took really further up.
Absolutely. Right, and that's what was part of last week's lesson. We did mention that this group stopped, but then Peter, James, and John was carried on further. So
John was close enough to hear when he was being crucified, John, and told John before his mother.
right,
So he was very close.
absolutely. So, and that's few things that make me believe it was John. So, and Matthew doesn't mention in the book of Matthew, where our lesson's coming from, he doesn't mention the dialogue that went on between the high priest and Jesus. But the other books do. So that's why I always say, read all of these, because you'll get a different perspective from each one of these writings on the same incident. Now, and also I want you to throw this out there. How does everyone think at this moment Peter is good? Scared, helpless, shame, mad. So here's just something else to consider. Peter followed from a distance. And that's key. Peter followed from a distance. Now, I would ask a question. I would throw a question out to you guys. Why would you follow someone from a distance that has taken care of? With my kids. When my kids were young, I never allowed my kids to be behind when we were out of the house. Never did. Because I can't protect them if I don't see, if I don't know what's going on behind them. In addition to that, whenever your kids are scared, what do? They lie. I mean, they're fighting. So it would be for me. Peter didn't understand that Jesus took care of him when he cut off the one guy did. Jesus made that crowd not touch people, not harm anyone. And if Peter, just my belief, Peter would have stuck with Jesus, Jesus would have protected him. Now, Jesus would have to be done for himself, but I think he would have protected Jesus, Peter, even though if Peter would have stood with him.
Well, that goes to, where it says that we all fall. I mean, maybe Peter's faith was weak. He wasn't sure that Jesus would have taken care of him. He was probably fearing, like the guy in the boat when he said, he was nervous when the boat was rocking, and he said, fear not, or whatever he told him. Don't be afraid.
Right.
It's just human nature to be scared. Maybe if you know that you're going to kill this dude, why would I come up there and walk?
Right.
Maybe I'm just saying, maybe that's why Peter felt that.
That was Peter. Peter was the one that was struggling with his faith. So this is something. This is what Peter was. So Peter promised the Lord something, which they were like in the group, and I forgot which chapter we were in the book of Acts, where Paul was talking and Peter was, still kind of on the fence, the Old Testament and the New Testament, how we eat, things of that nature. So Peter kind of struggled with that, and that's what he was dealing with, even in this situation here.
But what's interesting about Peter, as radical as he was, Peter was a fighter. Right. But when it came to this, back away. It's like because trying to stick it, and also goes to what the scripture said. The scripture had to be because remember, Jesus had already taught Peter. When Peter said, oh, I'll follow you to the end of the time. And Jesus already told us that he said, you're denying me. So you had to be.
Right. And in addition, so what you were saying when you let off with, in my notes I have here, the last sentence, I think Peter lost some of his faith. So it's exactly, it's my belief, exactly what happened.
Kind of human nature.
He lost faith. In addition to that, I mean, this is a situation where you're being tried. So do you really want to connect yourself with someone that's about to go down? So Peter's like, we have that off. I don't want to get involved with that.
I don't want to die.
Exactly.
And that's what's happened with all of us. Remember, he was arrested. Jack,
You know what, that's true, because this is getting around now. When the disciples found that they were making all the promises what they'll do to take Jesus and not let them, he had to let them know that all what you said doesn't have to begin with what you're having. But still in all, a lot of them lost their faith because they found out that it was the truth of what they done. But the biggest thing that I found out of all of this is that God still gave them a chance. Even when he came back, he still came back and let them know, not here. Get yourself a house in order and go tell the children. You know, you still have time. I still got time. I understand that we did. I understand. We still, you know, hold on to the people. So that was a big thing.
Now we're at verse 59. Verse 59 starts. Inside, first verse, inside, the leading priests and the entire house were trying to find who would lie about Jesus so they could put him to death. Now, remember, I was saying inside, these trials are silent. Not supposed to be in a little room. That's exactly what we're doing right now. I put this as a trumpet. That's what the Republicans are doing right now. They're trying to, you know, before the Congress late at night, you know, we're talking late at night stuff. They took a vote because there's more Republicans in Congress than there are Democrats. So they took a vote amongst themselves. There were two holdouts that they needed, and they promised us $8 million. $8 million in your district. So they said yes. And that passed without CBO score. Remember, the first CBO score said 24 million would be without by a certain date. Well, now it's 23 million because now the CBO has it. And they said it just cut it down to 23 million. So 1 million more or less people. It's still terrible. And now they're having meetings where they're not even allowing the Democrats in. They're having these secret meetings. And in addition, y'all got to keep it on politics, but in addition to that, many of these Republicans haven't even seen. They don't have the bill. They have no idea what's in it. And that's how crooked all that stuff is. Again, that's the reason I call this the Trump trial, because it's the same stuff as that. It's that at a different level. So verse 60. But even though they found many who agreed to give false witnesses, or to give false witnesses, they could not use anyone's testimony. And I'm stopped right here before I get to the rest of it. That's the question we were asking with one person. Because a lot of single people came in and said, this, but none of it amounted to a crime, or none of it amounted to where the law says 2 or more. So that's the reason they didn't use all this. Many people came forward, but also it didn't amount to a death penalty. Some of the stuff that these single people were coming in saying. So that's kind of right. It was crooked from the beginning. Yeah, that's why a lot of people lose. Right. That's why I laid that groundwork the way it was supposed to be. The way God told Moses, this is what you established. But they're doing everything and these people understand that they made God. These people knew God, and they set their standards. But now they're going to forget about all the standards that we set. We want to kill this. And I can go into a whole bunch of stuff as to why. We're talking about Annas and you're talking about, but we just don't have the time. But there's a reason that Jesus stepped up. And it's mainly because Jesus basically took a lot of their illegal. So the second part of verse 6, it said, finally, 2 men came forward. And remember earlier in the beginning, I said 2 or more accusers had come in with the same story. And those 2 men, they declared, this man, talking about Jesus, this man said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and rebuild it in 3 days. I'm going to read that again. 2 men came forward who declared, this man said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and rebuild it in 3 days. Now, let's call it time out. That's not what Jesus said. It is not what Jesus said. Somebody turn to John 2:19. And if you could read that one place, make sure you read it loud enough for people on the internet to hear. John chapter 2, verse 19.
Jesus answered him, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will provide you for the
Okay. So let's read that one more time and read it a little louder.
Jesus answered and said to them, destroy this temple, in 3 days I will rise it up.
Now, anywhere in there, you guys hear Jesus saying, I will destroy this temple. So that's not what Jesus said.
So that means when he rose in 3 days,
That's exactly what he's talking about. What Jesus was referring to was his own body.
Yeah.
You destroy this temple. I mean, the temple, I feel basically the temple of God. I will rise it up in 3 days. That's what Jesus is referring to. Just like how we talk about the devil twisted just a little bit. He twisted it with that knee. Remember, twisted it just a little bit where it sounds, that's not quite right. But that's not what's happening. And for us, that's why we need to be studied up. We need to understand exactly what the Word of God says. So people out on the street, the Jehovah's Witnesses that come to your door, and you do talk to them, that you can fight fire with them, but yours doesn't pay.
There's always a little bit of truth in the life.
Right. To make it sound. Absolutely. So and now just real quick. Did anyone know what Exodus 20 and 16? What Exodus 20 and 16? Exodus 20 and 16. You don't have to go there because y'all heard it before. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. That's exactly what's happening. Again, all that stuff is established in the Old Testament, way back in before this. Now you got people, 2 guys, establishing that, or basically giving false testimony. So, and that's again what I mentioned about how twist things, twist the truth. About Obama's birth, about his he just twists what you can. Some people can believe it's not accurate. So again, study up. I'm sure that the words that come out of the Bible are the words that come out of your mouth. Verse 62. Then the high priest stood up and said to Jesus, "Well, aren't you going to answer to these charges? What do you have to say for this?" But Jesus remained silent. Then the high priest said to him, "I demand in the name of the living God, tell us you are the Messiah, the Son of God." Now, in verse 63 where it says, "I demand in the name of the living God," the King James Version says, I adjure thee by the living God." What adjure means is basically you solemnly swear. I demand you solemnly swear. Talk about what? It's just like being under oath. And being under oath, if you testify under oath, you lie, it's called perjury. Perjury is a felony. Modern day is not punishable by death, but that's what he's telling Jesus. He's trying to order him to talk and tell the truth. So that's what's going on there. Jesus replied, "You have." I'm sorry. Yes, Jesus replied, "You have said, and in the future you will see the Son of Man seated in the place of power at God's right hand, and coming on the clouds of heaven." So what Jesus is doing here, he's confirming that he is the Son of God. Like just telling, you know, and in the book of Mark, Jesus says, "I am." Remember we talked about I am last week, and I know in the sermons where I am, I am, and how powerful that is. In last week's teaching, when Jesus said, "I am," according to John, the people that came to arrest him, they fell back just by him saying, "I am," and that's just showing how power that God has. Just he can speak things into existence. Psalms 110, it talks about being seated in the place of power at the right hand. And there again, in the Old Testament into the New Testament, so you write Psalm 110 and go in and read that, but it'll tie in that whole talk about seating at the place of power at the right hand. Verse 65, then the high priest, forced to show his Torah, said, "Blasphemy. Why do you read other witnesses? You have all heard his blasphemy." Jackie, I'm actually going to defer to you because you talked, or I said you looking up blasphemy. What do you know about blasphemy?
It's profound talk against God and His word. It's an insult to God, showing contempt to the Holy Word.
Right.
So it was like that stuff he was in contempt of court because of the blasphemy.
Okay.
And that's how they.
Right. Anybody else want to speak on blasphemy?
Blasphemy that you know and have a relationship with God and really turn on God.
Okay. Anybody else?
That you're speaking against God.
Right.
And anytime you speak against God, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. Yes.
So, based on what they said, I'm trying to understand. Is it already knowing of God and then speaking against it, or you just still don't know and you talk about, I don't believe it's God, or people that have not learned yet? Is that still blasphemy?
Yeah, that.
Religious people, how they saw themselves. And
So it's not directed at people who know of God and still speak blasphemy. It's everybody.
No, it's blasphemy. Anybody that speaks against God. So like I said, if a person doesn't know God, I mean, they're going to be kind of sort of exempt. But to know God and to speak blasphemy against Him, that's what the Bible talks about when it says that he that don't do good, don't do it, is going to be good with his strife. But if you don't know, you're going to be good with few strife if you are reserved.
So we're talking about blasphemy. Again, just understand these studies in the New Testament, they all refer back to there's something in the Old Testament that's already been written that brings us right here to the New Testament. I'm going to Leviticus chapter 24, verse 15. Starting at verse 15. Actually, I'm going to do it in the other translation. 1%. So in the New Living Translation, starting at verse 15, Leviticus 24, it says, say to, I'm sorry, let me start at 14. Start at 13. Then the Lord said to Moses, take the blasphemer outside the camp and tell all those who heard the curse to lay their hands on his head. Then let the entire community stone him to death. This was a man that blasphemed the word of God. And he stoned to death. He blasphemed God. So it's established way back then that blasphemy you can be put to death. So that's where this now ties all the way back into heaven. And Caiaphas, he's the person. Remember, he's the high priest. And he's the one that just says blasphemy. So now we got it, basically. That's the reason he's so animated. Right, that's the charge that's exactly. So, but again, because it's been established back now, and I told you, these people knew God. They knew God knows. But they were looking for Jesus to death. And now they figure we got it. And that's why, again, Caiaphas is so animated. So in verse number 66, after Caiaphas, just, he said blasphemy, you guys have heard him, and now he wants to put it out to people. What is your verdict? He asks, what is your verdict? Because this man, these two people are saying, he blasphemed the name of God, what is your verdict? And they said, they all shouted guilty. And they shouted he deserves to die. Because they understand blasphemy is basically something like that. In verse 67, then they began to spit in Jesus' face, and beat him with their fists, and some slapped him, jeering, prophecy to us, you Messiah, who hit you that time? So then when we talk about jeering in verse 68, jeering basically means kind of mocking or making fun. But that's not all that was going on here. If you understand what's happening right now, where they're talking about spitting on him, hitting him, talking about prophesying to us, who did you that time? It wasn't that I'm standing here and I'm looking at smoke, I'm looking at Maury, and when I'm walking up with it, oh, beautiful, I'm holy. So they're making fun of him. And sucker punching, spitting on him, sucker punching. Now, who did you that time? Since you are in God, so you're supposed to be the know-it-all. So that's what they're doing. They're just making a mockery. What they do. No, because they're not talking about God. They're just looking for a reason to put Jesus to death. So they're not, they're not talking. Right. So they're not doing that. They're just basically just, now we're going to have some fun with you because we're about to kill you.
Because they're really upset because he claims to be the Son of God. Then he had done all these miracles that they have heard about. So they're going to tell him now, okay, now let's show us what you can do. Prove to us who you are, who you say you are, who the people say you are. Blasphemy means that they know Christ and they're talking to God about themselves. They're only doing it to this man that claims to be the Son of God. So they're going to torture him and show him, yeah, let's have your fun with him. Let's see what we can do.
Right. There's so much that's going on. Just all the things that they're doing. I mean, he's going through. That was the beginning of all the torture. And I'm sure everybody's seen Passion of Christ and saw how just all the things that they did to him, as far as the whipping and the crown of thorns and just the kneeling, snatching hair out of his beard, everything. They're doing all kinds of things to him right now. And again, that was just the beginning. So this part, I'm guessing, not many people knew. That this was the beginning of all that torture, which Jesus already knew he had to endure. Remember,
It's what you think about the little stuff we want to cry about.
But he told us,
It's like you don't have no
right? Exactly. And Jesus knew. He was basically taking on the sin of the world, and that's why. Wasn't last week's lesson, it was a couple lessons ago, where he went to pray. And he went to pray because he was anguished. He knew what he was about to go through. And remember, he asked him not to use the exact words, but there is another way.
Right.
The bill, if not, your will be done. I will go through all of these things. So that's what's happening. He knew he had to go through this, and this stuff is painful. Remember, he's 100% God and 100% human. When he walked through.
He said something like another custom that we do.
Right. Your will be done. So he kind of knew what he had to go through, because when he asked that question, God is something. God never answered, which means it's got to be done. Right, it's already done. And Jesus, right, Jesus accepted, which we don't accept God's call. When God calls us, we hide. And I mentioned it last week how we just started whistling and just, we walked away pretending we didn't hear. We didn't hear exactly what he called us to do. And we have to stop that. We have to be in tune to what God is saying. Yes. Oh no. Okay. So, so that's kind of what's going on in verse 68, where the jeering and everything. And they did everything to Jesus during this trial that they weren't. Trial at night. It was already established. And that was kind of trial at night. When he was found not guilty by Pilate, supposed to be released. That didn't happen. We're going to find something. We're going to hold this man until we find something. People that have been in custody, this is an over-detention. And people didn't know, but in the county jail, when I worked in county jail, every day you were over-detained, you were supposed to get $1,000. But the inmates didn't know. And the over-detention, whenever they came to people's attention, it was like everything stopped to get that person out. On his clothes, on his property, and get him out. Seriously, I mean, that was the way it was. Or put him down, walk him down, dress him out, process him, walk him out.
So if Marty goes to jail, because I'm going to say he $1,000. So he's already in jail, and they detain him for a day, stay overnight, but they got to give him $1,000.
No, you're over detained. So basically, you go to court, and they say this person is to be released forthwith. With means immediately. Within reason. And it's usually a couple of hours because the paperwork has to come from the court. You have to update it, it's still passed. Right. But within reason.
I wasn't up on laws. I was. I've been there, man. I've been there 74 hours. I've been there 74 hours to go see it. Okay, go see it. Right? 18 days, man. I'm not at jail for it. Yeah. So I'm doing paperwork, me, I'm not business. I share something. Hey, 325. Roll it up. Like, I need one more. I don't know. I have more experience. They tell me to, I'm right there. 15.
Yeah.
Man, they like,
Yeah. That's the reason.
18 days. That's why I'm sure he knew the rules. Right. He was like the rule, hey man, I'm going back in.
And that ties into this lesson.
Right.
They knew what proper procedure was, but they didn't follow it. Because their main goal was to put it to death at all costs. I mean, you shouldn't have to go through 5 trials. And even still, there was never a real charge against them. It was a trumped up charge.
That's why.
Because again, the Bible tells us that Jesus didn't say that he will tear down the temple. He never said that. So they basically made that up. So they broke their own laws, and just because of their hatred of Jesus. But this was prophesied again back in the Old Testament. You got to look back at that Old Testament and see where it ties in. Isaiah 50:6. Isaiah 50:6 says, I gave back to the smiters, and my cheeks to them that pluck off the hair. I hid not my face from shame and spit. So that's what he's talking about, what's going on right now. As soon as they call him, he'll say guilty. All this stuff that's going on, that's exactly what he's talking about in Isaiah 56. So again, we tie that Old Testament into the New Testament. You'll begin to understand a little more what the Old Testament is talking about. And Jackie and I, we talk a lot. And it's the Old Testament that you correct me if I'm wrong, that kind of gave you a lot of trouble in the studies. But reading the New Testament and then finding that back in the Old Testament, it now gives you, it builds a little more for you. You get a better understanding of what's going on and why it's going on. Because again, this is when Jesus walked here. The Old Testament was prior to Jesus walking here. And it said all these things will happen. And now you have Matthew, Mark, John telling of basically Jesus' life while he was on earth.
All the things that they included the Old Testament was the law. The New Testament was the grace under the law, the things that they did. And a lot of the Old Testament prophesied about, like you said, Jesus is coming and what was going on.
Right. And that's why, like, every one of the lessons that I teach, especially the ones from the New Testament, I have to bring some Old Testament scripture to support exactly what's going on. Because this was written before Jesus walked the earth, and now it's happening as Jesus is walking the earth. So those are things, that's the reason I like to bring some of these Old Testament scriptures in. So, and lastly, like, all of these things are part of God's message. To save us. It's a bottom line is to save us, because he wants to save his creation. We are his creation. And we just follow him, we recognize who he is, do what we know we're supposed to do. That's what he wants from us. You know, and I like Reverend Rose's analogy, you cannot walk on that railroad track and never fall off. It's impossible. God knows this. That's his reason. Jesus came. So when we do fall off the railroad track, Jesus sends us right back on. Only we repent.
So, I'm just this is amazing how I can use this as seeing you said that Jesus didn't say Peter when he said the hero.
Mm-hmm.
And then it reminds me of the Bible verses we all fall short. We all gonna have short. You're not gonna be perfect. Or still the grace saves us from ourselves.
He absolutely does.
That's amazing.
It's beyond amazing. I mean, amazing is the word that we would use, but it's beyond beyond. I mean, you really just stop. If you stop thought about all the things that you've been through. I mentioned in one of the other teachings. I think every one of us in here, more than like, I know the majority of us in here, can bring up that one incident that we could have been dead. Yeah. So, and it's because of God's grace, you're still here. And you're still here because your work is done. It's the only reason you're still here. When your work is done, you're a believer, God will call you home. And there's nothing you can do about it. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. And I always, when I talk to people about that particular thing, I always give them these two examples. Sixth place you can be is at home, in bed, sleeping. That's the way I young girl, very young. Remember we had all the ranks some years ago. We had the mudslide. She's in the bed asleep, mudslide, came down right through her bedroom and crushed her, killed her. She's in sixth grade. She was asleep in bed. And then the older guy was an old man who was asleep New Year's. And you know, all the knuckleheads keep him in. Put the hand down, struck him, and killed him. Bruised roof and killed him while he's in bed. reason those things happen is God called you. You can't not answer that call when God calls you. No matter what, no matter how sick you think you are, it's gonna happen. That's why, and I always mention now, you just said, but I always mention, you don't wait until you get in the devil. You might not get an opportunity to get on the devil. Yeah?
Things that's gonna happen. If it's lying that way, there's just, like it's told, hold it, everybody should be in bed, this guy was in bed, and out of bed, go up. There it is. Yeah.
Right. And I wish I could tell you, but there's a compilation, and then we're going to close out. There's a compilation of, and I think it's titled Wasn't Good Time, but there's just a compilation of things that were called in camera. Just amazing, amazing things.
Oh, he should have been
Yeah, where, and it's not cheated out, it's God's grace.
Yeah.
It's grace, by the grace of God that they're still alive. Because one more just, or one more second before, or one more second after. But it's just God's grace. That's all it is.
Like the guy that was going to do work, and he mad, he missed the separate work with power. He was mad, he missed the train.
Yeah, I mean, that happens. Any other questions regarding the lesson? Any concerns or comments? Especially when I'm teaching, I mean, I don't know it all, but I put a lot of effort into studying this so I can deliver it. But if there's something that you say, that don't sound quite right, please stop me right there. And we'll talk about it. But I don't want to do, I try to just bring stuff right from the Bible. But in my research, I check a lot of different places for certain things. And for me, it has to make sense to me based on what I've read. And then I'll present it. So, but if it doesn't sound right, please just stop me at that moment and we'll talk about it. Amen? All right, thank you. So we're going to go ahead and close out.
One more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. But that's why, remember a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, when I was asking about the suicide, you were, and I never really got a good answer. You just said, but don't wait till your deathbed, because you may not make that.
Right.
So suicide,
But you still, God, you accepted Jesus Christ as the perfect Lord and Savior. So I believe. And
but it also says you're not eating.
right, also not kill.
But you kill you, and you can't
Right, I understand, yes.
you kill you.
Killing is a sin. But lying to somebody is a sin.
No, I understand, but I'm just specifically asking suicide. I don't see how that could be forgiven if you're not in that.
Because we're on this. First one is suicide. You lied to Maury, you got Maury in trouble. Is that sin?
Oh,
Okay. Now, you lie on Maury and then you step out that door and you get shot in the eye. You get to go to heaven. You committed a sin right before you died.
I don't know.
You don't have heaven because you believe in God. You believe in Jesus Christ. He died for your sins. So if he died for one sin, he died for all sins. Right. And what Pastor you don't know, homegoings, when you don't know if that person is sin. No, I'm sorry, homegoing is belief. Funerals, he's not sure the person that's, or the body, or the person that's laying in the casket, he's not sure about it. That's not it. Because he does not know if he accepted you or Jesus Christ is the person who would save you.
Thinking about it. Hey, see, you know, you got the wrong with this.
Christ, Smokey, that's our second time. I will say this though, if you blaspheme against the Holy Ghost, you want to hell. That's biblical.
I was there when it was.
I already want to be with it. I'm trying to go the right way.
While we're praying, you pray for this vision.
I'm sorry.
My brother, he just Father's Day. He was so aggressive. I spoke to just with my siblings. Two brothers left and sister. Took a lot of them. Father's Day.
Dehydrated. To stay. Lord, we thank you for the call right now, for teaching our Bible today right now. Thank you for the knowledge that's in part of them right now. Oh, Father God, continue to open up our understanding. Let us receive from you right now. Father God, you heard all the things that was called right now. Look upon Vivian right now. Look upon Brother Ford's right now. Look upon Jack and Jeff. Look upon Mike's right now. Father God, ask them that you meet them where they are right now. As long as they don't know you right now. Ask them that you let them to know you from the part of their sins right now. Ask them that you heal right now. Lord, I know that you would be a great physician right now. I know that you would be a doctor that you have a lost faith. Father God, we ask that you touch right now. In the mighty name of Jesus. Oh, Father God, bless everyone that's under my voice right now. Bless every home that is represented here on tonight right now. Then, Father God, we pray for all of those that are traveling right now to Jamaica right now. Father God, asking that you keep us covered in your blood right now. Father God, bless our pastor and first lady right now. Father God, lead and guide them safely back right now. We thank you for everything that has arrived safely back. Oh, Father God, we just magnify you. We glorify you. We lift you up right now. And then, Lord, we will learn from this place, but never from your presence. Asking that you keep us covered in your blood. Lord, your blood of protection all around us right now. We just thank you, we praise you, we love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
I just thought you was trying to get a little information, like, you know, I'm like, right? You know, you always talk
About being behind those slamming doors. Every time I was behind one was committed something.
Oh,
I
heard that. Long time I've been in jail, I was 86 days, I was like 86 days. Oh, God, 86 days.